Greetings, friends. I'm pleased to meet you. My name is William. That's William Bartram. The Seminoles gave me the name Puckpucky, which means the flower hunter or flower seeker in their language. I was born in 1739 in Philadelphia to Quaker parents. They were Anne and John Bartram. In the 1760s, my father John was appointed botanist to the king, and on his behalf we traveled together to the southeast to collect plant specimens to send back to England. As a young man, I was known on both sides of the Atlantic for my skill in drawing flowers. Would you like to see one? My father and I found this growing on the banks of the Altamaha River in Georgia in 1765 and named it for my friend, Benjamin. It's the Franklinia Alatamaha. The Franklinia Alatamaha. In the 1770s, I received my own commission, and from 1773 to 1777, I traveled about 2,400 miles through the American South. Along the way, I stayed with Creeks, Choctaws, Cherokees, Chickasaws, and Seminoles. Here's a Seminole friend of mine. This is Miko Chluko, or the Long Warrior of the Seminoles. This is from my 1791 book, The Travels. On my travels, I had many adventures, although two come to mind this evening. Once, in a Seminole town, a rattlesnake slithered past the front door of the house in which I was staying, and I struck with my staff, and I drew this picture. After he was dead, of course. On another occasion, alligators attacked my boat. I was able to fend them off, and I drew this picture after the fact. My critics accused me of exaggerating the ferocity of the American alligator. I do not think that I did so. Though beautiful in their own way, these are terrifying creatures, and I feared for my life. I passed through Ocmulgee twice, in July 1775 and January 1776. Sadly, I left behind no drawings of my time here at Ocmulgee. I did draw an Indian mound in Florida, though. This is Mount Royal, near Lake George in Florida. I did write about Ocmulgee. Would you like to hear some of that? On the east banks of the Ocmulgee, this trading road runs nearly 2 miles through ancient Indian fields, which are called the Ocmulgee Fields. They are the rich lowlands of the river. On the heights of these low grounds are yet visible monuments or traces of an ancient town, such as artificial mounts or terraces, squares, and banks. Their old fields and planting land extend up and down the river 15 or 20 miles from this site. And if we are to give credit to the account the Creeks give of themselves, this place is remarkable for being the first town or settlement when they sat down, as they term it, or established themselves after their immigration from the West. I returned to Philadelphia in 1777 and rarely, if ever, left that town until my death there in 1823. And though I never left Philadelphia, I never lacked good company. Perhaps you've heard of some of my family's distinguished visitors. Benjamin Franklin, of course, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, George Washington, as well as noted rapper Alexander Hamilton, all spent time at my family's gardens. I see now the hour is getting late. You know, a Quaker in my era would not have said goodbye. Goodbye is a contraction of God be with you or God be with ye, and the Quakers believed that God was everywhere, so it's redundant. So I bid you farewell.